Hey K-popers, and welcome back to Hallyu, where it's time to recap another busy week of K-pop in the summer comeback season. This week, we heard from the rightful winner of Idol School after last week's sentencing for manipulation. AOA's Mina seems to have had a breakthrough after a shamanistic ritual. 17 have to postpone their promotions due to a COVID scare, and tons more news and grade A comebacks await us. Before we get started, I want to quickly thank Hallyu's honorary producers. If you want to show off your bias group here, share your pics in weekly videos, and join a vibrant Discord community with watch parties, custom emoji, and more, all you need to do is support Hallyu on Patreon. Alright, now let's jump right in because this is your K-pop news update for June 20th, 2021. Now, I do want to start things a bit differently this week because while there has been a lot of back and forth on multiple bullying scandals involving ITZY's Leah and April with Hyunju, I've decided to stop reporting on these bullying scandals until the matter is fully resolved. In my view, many of these claims are from the distant past, many of the people involved were very young at the time of the incidents, and frankly, there's nothing productive from trying to judge or decide who's in the right and wrong while these cases are getting settled. I've seen a lot of vicious comments on multiple social media and news platforms from K-pop fans that really just breaks my heart for the groups and idols involved, and so I've decided to not contribute to that discussion since no good can really come out of it. But I want your feedback. I really want to hear from you guys about this. Let me know if you actually want to hear about all those updates and back and forth between the alleged victims and accused on social media, or if you agree that it's best not to cover those kinds of developments since they're mostly speculation. And with that out of the way, let's get to the actual news and start with a follow-up to some of the news that we got recently about Idol School. As we discussed last week, the final sentences were handed down for the manipulation of Idol School results, and this week we got a heartfelt letter from Lee Hae-in, who is the rightful winner of Idol School. That's right, the winner of the show who got the most votes did not make Promise 9 due to Mnet's manipulation. Shocking. Hae-in's letter to her fans carried a positive tone overall, wherein she thanked the many fans who sent her congratulatory messages on SNS after she was revealed as the rightful winner from the court documents. Hae-in went on to say, "I believe this too shall pass because I think no one can stay sad forever, just as no one can stay happy forever no matter how hard he tries. The first thing that came to my mind over the past few days was the face of you who came to support me on the last day of Idol School. I was really grateful for those familiar faces who helped ease my nerves." Hae-in also expressed her guilt for not thanking fans enough because frankly she didn't know until last week just how much support she actually received from those that cheered her on during the show. Nevertheless, Hae-in finally has some closure and I wish her the very best in all her future endeavors. Now the AOA Mina saga has had its latest chapter this week and frankly it seems like a positive one. Mina shared in a lengthy post on Instagram the story of her unorthodox treatment, saying, "Not too long ago I did something called Cut, a Korean shamanistic ritual. I've been hearing that I should do a cut since about 4 years ago, but I didn't believe in it completely, and also the cost of doing one was overwhelming too, so I let it pass. I'm agnostic and I believe in everything." Mina said though she didn't agree with everything the shaman was saying, she was willing to try the ritual anyways, and says it has had a huge effect on her. She went on to share the many health improvements she's had, saying, quote, "I'm thankful and relieved. I still don't think that everything gets cured just because of a cut, and I definitely am not writing this to recommend it. I just want to share that there has been a big change in me. Now I am spending each and every day at ease, so really don't worry." It really sounds like Mina's demeanor is a lot more level-headed and positive, especially since she's acknowledging still that though she still has depression, it is manageable. It's unclear how recently she had all these changes in her life after that ritual, but I'm hopeful that they're permanent and that Mina can continue her recovery. I want to see more of Mina in the future as a model, actress, or whatever she wants to pursue. Now 17 had a COVID scare this week as it came out from Pledis Entertainment that during filming on June 15th, they were in contact with a HYBE staffer and an external staff member who both tested positive for COVID-19 in the following days. According to Pledis' statement, on the evening of June 17th, when the first confirmed case showed signs of symptoms, 17 used self-testing kits to confirm they were negative for COVID-19. They underwent additional PCR testing as a preemptive measure and all received negative results on the morning of June 18th. Currently, the artists have no symptoms such as fevers or difficulty breathing. So thankfully the artists are in good health, but as a result 17's promotional activities have been postponed. This is because they've been deemed close contacts of the confirmed cases, and so the boys will have to quarantine until June 29th as per South Korea's disease prevention guidelines. It's a tough break for 17 right as they're about to get into promotions, but I hope they're able to give fans everything that they had planned for once the 29th comes around. And with that, let's jump into all the new releases that we got for the week, because we had another jam-packed week of comebacks. Since we're on the topic of 17, let's start with their new comeback, Ready to Love. Uptension's comeback delivers a flashy, high-energy bop in Spin Off. Rapper Blue gives us an unfiltered look at the party life in this sultry song called Drama. GOT7's Yukyum is reeling in All Your Fault, a dark collab with Grey.
This is how you fought.
And speaking of GOT7 members, Bam Bam is also back this week. Here's his fun new song, Ribbon. Hyolin's beautiful voice shines through as usual in her low-key comeback, Happiness. 24K are singing about being New Yorkers in their latest single. Here is Welcome to the Main Street.
Welcome to the Main Street.
When we are slowly being flooded in rain to be, a rock MV with a really cool concept. And speaking of rock groups, Lucy are back. Here's their latest track, I Got You. Wavy members Kun and Xiaojun collaborated on this gentle duet called Back to You. And last but certainly not least, we've got the much awaited comeback from the viral sensation Brave Girls. They're back with Chimat Badam, a great song with all the hallmarks of a classic summer bop. As always, I want to know what songs from the past week caught your eye down in the comments section. You can probably guess what my pick is for the week. It's Brave Girls. Would they snatch the title of Summer Queens if Sistar was still around? Probably not, but in 2021 I have no problem with them taking that title. It was exactly what you want from a summer bop. And now let's get back to some news, starting with a delightful story about Oh My Girl's Arin. Arin celebrated her birthday this week by donating 30 million Korean won to support young people who have been discharged from foster care at age 18 and are struggling with financial independence. 17's Hoshi has done the same thing this week too, donating 100 million Korean won to the Namyoungju Welfare Foundation. This donation has made Hoshi a registered member of the Community Chest of Korea's Honor Society thanks to his philanthropy. Girls' Generation's Taeyeon is coming back next month. Her July comeback will be the first since her December 2020 release, What Do I Call You? G-Idol's Mian has pulled quite the guest for her show Gossip Idol. The Naver Now show will be hosting twice as Sana in what's sure to be an amazing episode. And speaking of big guests, Eric Nam's K-pop Dayback podcast will be hosting NCT Dream. This is a huge name to pull for them, and I'm really looking forward to seeing Eric and NCT Dream hanging out. BTS's Butter has kept its #1 spot on the Billboard Hot 100 yet again. This marks 3 consecutive weeks at #1, tying their record with Dynamite. Can they pull off a 4th consecutive week? We'll find out soon. And they're not the only big hit boy group in the Billboard charts. Tomorrow by Together's new album, The Chaos Chapter Freeze, has debuted at #5 on the Billboard 200 album chart. Brave Girls' latest comeback is already breaking their own records. The girl group had never surpassed 25,000 physical sales before, and Roland only ever sold about 1,000 copies. But now, Summer Queen's Day 1 sales have already topped 28,000, an incredible surge. And the girls have also landed a big-time endorsement deal, becoming the new faces of Barrel Swimwear. Congratulations, Brave Girls. In some bittersweet news for fans of G-Friend, Yerin has joined Sublime Artist Agency. This is great news for Yerin, but it makes a potential G-Friend re-debut extremely unlikely now in my view. In a move that will make you question if you've actually woken up in an alternate universe this morning, Boyz II Men have apparently signed with Ravi's label Groovelyn. The legendary R&B group will be releasing an English version of the 2002 Korean song Even If You Hate Me once again by Vibe. I am very curious to see where this leads, and it's definitely one of the most surprising news stories I've seen come out of K-pop this year. Weez ones, get your cloud makeup on because there are some rumors among industry insiders that CJ E&M is resuming talks about an IZ*ONE re-debut. One of the insiders at an agency said, quote, "The IZ*ONE members have shown more will than anyone else in their wishes to promote together, and there are mutual agreements between the agencies as well, so there are discussions in the direction of a reunion or re-debut. However, there are differences in some specific details which are currently being worked out." I'm not getting my hopes up just yet, but there is still hope. It looks like Blackpink's Lisa will be making her solo debut in July after all. Yoo Jae-suk was discussing potential competition for his created boy group in July on his show, and among artists like Lovelyz and Taeyeon, he also mentioned Lisa. And to add yet another comeback, Stray Kids will be dropping a digital single soon. The new song is expected at the end of this month. And in our last piece of news, Blackpink revealed this week that as part of their 4+1 project, which celebrates their 5th anniversary as a group, there will be a movie released this August. And I bet you all can guess the name of it. Yep, it's Blackpink the Movie. Alright, now let's talk about what happened on music shows this week because it was full of surprises and I loved it. The week started off with Ha Sung-woon taking his first win for sneakers on the show. Then it was BTS snagging their first of 2 more wins this week for Butter, those coming on Show Champion and Show Music Core. Twice then brought the heat with Alcohol Free, taking 2 wins for themselves on M Countdown and Inkigayo. And finally, for our 4th unique winner of the week, it was EXO taking a win for Don't Fight the Feeling on Music Bank. I'm really happy we had so many different winners this week. Do you think it'll be the same story next week? Let me know who you're predicting the winners will be down in the comments. Alright K-popers, you're officially caught up on everything that's going on in the K-pop world. Let me know how you feel about all the news that we got in the music down in the comments. As always, if you want to stay caught up with the K-pop world as it happens while having a ton of fun every single week, make sure you're subscribed right here to Hallyu.